I've been a young carer for my mum for probably about 10 years now, and I've experienced a lot of kind of failing from mental health care professionals and people that are meant to be there to support you and to guide you. I feel that they overlook the people that are behind the people that are unwell. When I was about 15, my mum had a boyfriend that kind of used to manipulate her and take advantage of her and stuff like that, and kind of feed into her stories and her paranoia about things that were going on around her. And I think it was at that point her health really started to decline. She was really underweight, she was malnourished, she wouldn't eat certain things because she would have this notion that the food is being poisoned or water is being tampered with or is tainted in some way. When you're trying to speak to her and help her, she'll feel as though you're trying to undermine her, when it's not that. You just want to make sure that everything is taken care of. So I think it's part of the illness as well. You feel like people are trying to control you. You feel like people are trying to make out that you're not capable. She had eventually got sectioned, and it was more the doctors and the psychologists at the hospital. There was just no communication there at all. She was there for like 3 months. I would have to call to like see what's going on, like what progress is being made. I just felt like I was really out of the loop. And you know, if anything, I know my mum more than anyone else, so you need to be communicating with me what's going on so we can find the best course of treatment for her. And I just feel that that really wasn't done. And I think a lot of the time with people with mental health problems, you learn how to mask your symptoms because you don't want anyone to know that you're unwell, basically. So my mum's learned how to do that very, very well. Especially like in the Black community, there's a real stigma when it comes to Black mental health. And I don't feel as though those professionals at the higher end can relate to what actually goes on in Black communities. A lot of the doctors are kind of like white and Asian, and I feel if you're not from the same culture as someone, you can't help someone the best way that you can, if you get what I mean. And a lot of the time, people from Black families, they just don't get the support because we don't have that understanding of what mental illness actually is. It affects your mental health as well when you live with someone with mental health problems. You don't feel well sometimes, you know, you feel stressed out, you feel tired, you feel like you don't want to be around people, and then at the same time, you just want people to be there for you as well. So it's really hard. You know, I always have kind of underlying anxiety because in the back of your mind, you know that things aren't okay at home. You've got friends that, you know, their lives are not as demanding as your own, and you just kind of want to feel that same freedom for yourself. What I can remember at school, mental health wasn't really spoken about like that. You talk about the science of, you know, the brain and stuff like that, but what it means to be absent in yourself, I don't think that's touched upon at all. And to be honest, like, I think a lot of people have experienced depression or anxiety and stuff like that, and when you're a young carer, I think we experience it so much more. Like, you have to, like, wow, I'm really feeling depressed right now, I'm really feeling anxious, and you're trying to work out like where it's all coming from. And sometimes you just need someone to talk to, or even like people to relate to. I think a lot of the time, so much of the focus is on the person that's actually unwell. And it's like, sometimes mental health can be contagious when you're in the same household as someone. Like, this young person is not only supporting themselves, but they're supporting the person that's meant to support them. And I think people come at it in such a scientific way that you kind of overlook the fact that this is a human being, you know, and you've probably been through the same things yourself. I just think that barrier needs to be broken down a little bit, and all that red tape, it kind of needs to be removed. My name is Nyisha and I am strong, happy and resilient.